Hello, welcome back to another video on this channel. In this video, I will not be talking about astrology or horoscopes, but I will definitely be touching upon astrology from a different point of view. The topic is know more about your festivals. If you want to know how I got motivated to do this video, it all happened yesterday. We were celebrating Onam, and we have something called Onam Sadhya, when some guests will come home and have food. If you want to know from where this word Onam came from, it came from the nakshatra called Tiruvonam, or this nakshatra is actually Shravana. In Kerala they refer to this as Tiruvonam, and from this the name of the festival was derived. Most of the festivals in India have their basis in either nakshatras or tithis. This is a very interesting point. So this is where astrology comes in, or at least muhurta comes in, or panchang comes in. You need to know the basis of the festival itself if you want to get more out of a festival. So when the guests came home, they greeted me saying Happy Onam, and I said Happy Onam to you too. But as they sat down for the Onam Sadhya, I just said that Onam is over, and they asked me why or how. They were surprised on hearing this from me. So I said 11:15 the nakshatra Tiruvonam got over. At that moment I thought that there are a lot of people who don't know about all this, so why not do a video on this. See, the problem we have is because the government has to announce a holiday, and they are dependent on the creators of these panchangs and festivals and other details. So when they give them a particular date, they announce it as the holiday, a central government holiday or a state government holiday, and the common man does not know anything more about this except that he knows the whole date is the festival. So I am not going to argue about what's the correct way of doing it. Actually, there is no solution for it, because nakshatras don't start exactly when the physical date starts. Even if we say from midnight to the next midnight, it doesn't happen like that, because the nakshatra can start anywhere in the day, and so you don't know exactly what to do with these kind of things. But without getting into any argument or dispute about this, I'll just give you a little bit background on how it is actually fixed, a festival actually fixed. So what they do in most parts of India, especially in South India, a particular nakshatra, whatever nakshatra happens when the sun rises, that is deemed as the nakshatra for the whole day, irrespective of whether the next nakshatra starts or not. The same holds good for tithi. So whatever is the tithi at the sunrise time is taken as the tithi for the rest of the day. So that's how it happens. But I thought, okay, there's no solution to this. The government has to announce a date, or people have to be told that this is only for a particular date. But I thought maybe I'll do a video on this, so at least from your side as an individual person, you will know what happens during a festival. So in theory, if you want to know the real Onam, it actually started on Sunday itself. So whenever nakshatra Shravana started, it's actually Tiruvonam or Onam. So the first thing you need to know is, when did Shravana or Tiruvonam start? It started on Sunday. It started as early as somewhere, I think 9. I'll do the correction on the video post when I actually post the video, by somewhere around 9:36 or something. I don't recall, but it starts from that day. So in practically speaking, Onam must be celebrated from that time onwards, and it should stop on the next day, which is Monday, at 10:15. That's the actual part. But there's nothing wrong about this, because we have something called the Pookolam, where we have to decorate the entrance of the house with flowers. If you see my Facebook page, you will see all that which has been done. So this is usually done only in the morning. So there is some logic with all this, that in the morning, whatever is the nakshatra, that should be the Onam. So that's fine. And in the same way, we have Sankranti also, a very big problem, because Sankranti is actually the sun moving from one sign to another. It happens at an exact minute, and the day of the month, which is the solar month, actually the month changes, and the first day of the solar month starts when the sun enters the next sign, the next zodiac sign. But in practice, what happens is, in Kerala, the Panchang makers and those who give the list of holidays, they have been of the opinion that whatever happens at the sunrise alone counts and nothing else. So, but in practice, if a child is born even 1 minute later, after the sunrise has happened, Sankranti has happened, you will see that the sun is no more in the previous sign, it will be in the next sign. So, there is a lot of confusion with all these things. So, what I thought was, I will let you know about it and you can make your own decisions on it. Using the same argument, you can also discuss Akshaya Tritiya. Akshaya Tritiya happens only with regard to the Tithi Tritiya and has got nothing to do with anything other than Tritiya. But Tritiya doesn't happen exactly with the, coinciding with the physical day. But when the holiday, when the festival is announced, Akshaya Tritiya, and it's publicized all over the newspapers, you will be told that it happens only on a particular day. And when people actually buy gold with the great expectation that it will multiply many folds, they might be actually buying the gold during Chaturthi instead of Tritiya. Same way, today is Tuesday, and according I've started Pitru Tarpanam, which is a very essential part of Sanatana Dharma, because you have to thank your forefathers, but for whom you wouldn't have been here. Now, Pitru Tarpanam, Pitru Paksha period actually starts from full moon, Paurnami, and goes on every day until you reach the Tithi called Ammavasya, or the no moon or the new moon day. Now, in most Panchangs, you will be told that Pitru Paksha starts tomorrow, and in some Panchangs, you will be told that it starts today. Why do we have this confusion? Same thing, that because Purnima or Paurnami did not start at sunrise today, it started much later, I think somewhere around 12:15. I'm not very sure. I'll be updating it while I upload this video. It's around 12:15, I think. So, since full moon was not happening during the sunrise time, they have not counted it as the beginning of Pitru Paksha. Whereas there are classical textbooks on when the Shraddha, when the Pitru Tarpanam has to be done. There are some specific points, what is called Gatis and Vikatis, or in Tamil Nadiga and Vinadiga, or Malayalam also Nadiga and Vinadiga. There is a particular time frame, and it is only during this particular time you should actually do this Tarpanam or Pitru related rituals. So that actually comes somewhere around, there's a specific period called Aparahan Kal. So I think this is somewhere around 1:12 to 3:36, assuming that sun rises at 6 o'clock. You have to do some work on this to get it corrected, because it is based on Gatis and Vikatis. Actually, it is the 19th Gati to the 24th Gati, or the 19th Nadiga to 24th Nadiga of the day, which is called the Dinamana, the day length. So, if you know all this, you will easily understand that whenever this Aparankal happens, the Tithi of today is actually Purnima or Paurnami. Therefore, Pitru Paksha should actually begin today, if you go by this logic. There are people who will argue this out and by saying, no, Pitru Tarpanam is only to be done in the early morning. This is a debatable point. I am sure you will have something to say about this. But if I thought that I should keep you posted on what exactly is happening. So you can select the best time for all this. So so the next time you celebrate a festival, all I ask you to do is find out what is the basis for the festival, what is the basis in terms of Nakshatra or Tithi, and find out when the Nakshatra and the Tithi starts and when it ends. That is the actual time of the festival, and not the physical date that has been announced by the government or some other, by anyone. We have come to the end of this video. In case you have any doubts, please type them out in the comment section, and whenever I find the time, I'll answer them for you. And see you soon in my next video.